Well, we officially have a Super Bowl champion.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that, but we're also going to sweet talk Carson Wentz. Let him know where he should be. All right, it's a little bit of a mystery, but we're pretty excited for this one. Let's get straight to it.
Welcome to the Fantasyland Football Podcast.
Hello. Oh my goodness, Badaki.
Wow.
I cannot believe we are sitting here in 2021 and we officially, the NFL season is over.
Yeah.
It's really over now. It's a little
done.
bit of a sad time.
Who would have thought?
I mean, I think everyone probably would have given a 50% chance that we would have actually finished the season. But look at us. We made it. So, great show for you today. It is Tuesday, the 9th of February. I'm Zach. That's Badaki. Badaki, we watched the Super Bowl together yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
If you were watching on YouTube, you can see I'm still wearing the Chiefs jersey. My second team. I lived in Kansas City for about 10 years. And wasn't an awesome day for me yesterday, but it was good to be with the boys and watch the game. But a little bit of a sad ending for me.
Yeah, it was an emotional day for Zach. You know, I mean, funny that we actually had somebody from Tampa here in Sydney that was supporting the team, ironically enough. And, you know, me with my cold history of Tampa now just emerging out of the ashes. But, you know.
A wide array of history for you in Tampa Bay, and you must be pretty happy, you know?
Look, it's not like, man, I really wanted them to win. I would have preferred them over the Chiefs, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's not because I don't like Patrick Mahomes or I don't like the Chiefs or whatever. It's just because, you're right, I do have history with Tampa. I lived there for probably about like 5-6 years of my lifetime. So if I had to have, let's say if you have to have a second team, it could be the Bucs, but I've never said that in my life. I've never associated myself with the Bucs. I just so happened to live in Tampa for
sure
a certain amount of time.
It's like, you know, if Washington lost, I would be destroyed. I would be in complete disarray. But fortunately, now we can focus on next year. And there's hope for every team at this point.
It's a new slate. See you at the Super Bowl with the Giants.
New year, new me. Washington football team are going to repeat their NFC East dominance. Dominance is an interesting word for how that year went. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some news to open the show.
What is going on here?
All right, what's going on in the National Football League? This is your need-to-know news, and it's not a lot because obviously the biggest news is Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. But we'll talk about that. Patrick Peterson, what's happening with him?
It looks like he's likely to part ways there in Arizona. It looks like he's coming to his end there. But who knows? We're going to see. Maybe they reconstruct his contract. Maybe they keep him on. Maybe they do something. I don't know how long he has on his contract, franchise tag him,
he's a free agent.
Do whatever the case may be. But I think he's good to keep if they bring in a young guy, kind of mentor him in a way. But who knows?
He is a free agent. That's probably why they're most likely not going to sign him. But Washington is also expected to make some calls on Sam Darnold. I think a lot of teams are expected to make calls on Sam Darnold and just see, like, hey, what's the vibe? You guys believe in this guy or not? Because if you don't, we might take a swing at him. You know, I think Washington is definitely one of those teams. And lastly, Mike Evans, reportedly, I don't know if this kind of feels like when you're just super hyped on something, you're like, you know what? I'll do anything for the boys, or I'll do anything for this team, for this squad. Pretty much right at the Super Bowl, he says, yeah, I'm willing to take a pay cut for the Bucs to re-sign free agents. That feels like a little bit of I'm off of a high of winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'll take less money.
I think you gotta I think you got to think of it as like, man, now with Tom here, this is a possibility for us to repeat. You know,
Yeah,
Tom has done in his career. I'm not really sure where the Bucs stand on their salary cap and how much money they got, but they do have tremendous talent all around them. You know, Gronk, Godwin, Levante Davis, Leonard Fournette, you know, AB. All these people like are pretty much technically free agents or whatever the case may be, like whatever their contract is right now. But imagine if they can repeat the same defense, the same offense, all healthy with Leonard Fournette in the backfield. Man,
Yeah.
crazy.
Anything could happen. That's mainly the news for today. There will be a lot more news throughout the next week or so. Trades and people changing teams. A bunch of things are going to be happening. So the easiest way for you to keep up with all things NFL or fantasy football is to follow us on our social media accounts. And you know what? We made it so easy for you. You can find every single link for Fantasyland Football in one link. That's solo.to/Fantasyland Football. Again, solo.to/Fantasyland Football. The easiest way to find our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube page so you can subscribe and watch us while we talk football. Or you can watch the podcast through that link. There's a ton of different options. So just make sure you're keeping up with all things NFL. That's the easiest way to do it. But, Badaki, we are going to talk, of course, about Super Bowl 55. Wow. All right, fellas, let's bring up Jim Nantz.
Thank you.
Jim Nantz, welcome. I'm going to announce Tom Brady winning his 7th Super Bowl. Tom Brady, come on up. Bring your kids, bring your wife. Make sure not to kiss your kids on national television. Wait to do it when you get home. 7th Super Bowl and 5th Super Bowl MVP. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won their 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9 points. Wow. What a game, Badaki.
What a game. It was actually it's crazy because as much as, or as least, I don't know the right way to say that, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs did not score a touchdown, but the game was still exciting in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't that Rams New England game or nothing crazy like that, but man,
it was exciting if you were a Bucs fan, for sure.
Yeah. It was.
If you're a Chiefs fan, it was just frustrating.
Look, there's so much to talk about, so much to break down.
There was a stat that came out that streaker had more touchdowns, trips to the end zone than the Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. It was everything to kind of dissect and do. But look, one thing I took away from this was they stopped Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even like, you know, Patrick Mahomes scoring and we doing this, we doing that to kind of get him off rhythm, or we got him off rhythm, you know, for 1 or 2 drives. They had him off rhythm the whole game. Yeah,
I think obviously the pieces to play in there is the offensive line. Not having Eric Fisher, not having multiple offensive linemen start. It felt like Patrick Mahomes was running every play, just trying to save himself. I can only think of the "Why are you running?" Vine, because that was Patrick Mahomes the entire game. And I think that combined with that turf toe, which wasn't talked about too much, but that's a pretty significant injury. That is the big toe, and that really impacts your ability to throw, to plant your foot. And I wonder, how would this game have panned out if they had their full team on the other side for the Chiefs, and if Patrick Mahomes didn't have that turf toe injury? I think Patrick Mahomes, and this might be ruthless, maybe is the only one who can hold his head high after yesterday's performance.
I actually saw a stat yesterday. I don't know. I forgot where it was if it was on Instagram or Facebook or one of these threads. But apparently, Todd Bowles only rushed 5 times, but the defense had Mahomes under pressure for 26 times.
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't rush him. He believed in his secondary and in his linebackers to kind of get the job done. But that was actually really interesting to me, that little fun fact, because they really didn't rush him. If I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, or if somebody out there put in the comments or message us. But I remember seeing something that he only rushed for less than 5 times, which was crazy if you think about it. If you really think about it, that means
I have a stat that will sum all that up really well. Here's the sum of Brady's distance traveled, throughout the entire game. Mm-hmm. Brady traveled 37 yards. Okay. Throughout the game, Mahomes traveled 468 yards.
God.
From scrambling, from running around, from not having a clean pocket. I think offensive line was the biggest reason that the Chiefs didn't have a chance in this Super Bowl. And I am really curious how it would have panned out if they had a full, healthy offensive line. But you have to give respect where respect is due. Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. They are the rightful winners of the Super Bowl. The other controversy is all the refereeing that maybe went a particular way, specifically in the first half. Mm-hmm. I remember being frustrated as, obviously this is going to sound biased, but as someone watching the game, I just remember being frustrated because I don't like when referees have too big of a part to play in a game, specifically the first half.
Right.
I think you looked at the stats alone. It was 8 penalties for the Chiefs, 95 yards at halftime. The Bucs had 1 penalty for 5 yards. And a lot of those penalties were ticky-tack calls, and I feel like impacted the game. Gave the Bucs more and more chances to eventually score touchdowns instead of punts or field goals.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the way the Bucs played on defense, it wouldn't have really mattered, but it was frustrating because there were turnovers that were disallowed because of penalties. There were penalties that allowed them to line up from the 1-yard line and score touchdowns in that first half. Am I overreacting? Was there a big part to play there for the referees they shouldn't have played?
I think there were. It's hard to say. When I was watching the game, I saw both sides of obviously I guess the ball, if you can say, both fans' reactions. A Tampa fan saying yes, and a Kansas City fan saying, "Oh no, that's a terrible call." But I guess being non-biased, me watching it, you have the best quarterback in the NFL. You have an amazing talent in your wide receivers in Tyreek, Clyde, Travis, all these guys, all these weapons around you. Probably one of the best head coaches in the NFL, and Andy Reid, and you couldn't score a touchdown. I think that is pretty big. I think if you were to take the penalties away, would Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs actually have scored? And I can probably say I genuinely think it did impact the game in that way, but I think the bigger conversation is that I don't think it would have changed the outcome of who won. Right? The Bucs played so well on defense that I still believe that the Bucs would have won this game. They are the rightful winners of this game. There is no controversy that can be made where it's, oh, you know what? Yeah, the NFL had this storyline. They wanted Brady to win in Tampa Bay. No, guys, the Chiefs got outplayed. Did the refs unfortunately lean one side? Yes, but some of those calls they have to make. It's just frustrating where it's not consistent, right? So I think the ultimate story there is the Bucs still played a better game than the Kansas City Chiefs. And as someone who enjoys watching the Chiefs, you have to admit that. Right, and that's what I would have to say with everyone. If you are a Chiefs fan out there and you're mad about these refs and these calls, I think remember that you guys didn't score a touchdown. That was the whole thing. That's generally what I was thinking about the whole time.
Yeah.
Cool. They got the penalties. They scored a touchdown easy. I already know Patrick Mahomes is going to come down. He's going to come onto the field and he's going to score. But that did not happen, which was crazy.
No, it didn't. And obviously Tom Brady won his 5th Super Bowl MVP. And we said, I think specifically me before this game, that I believe this is a massive game for the conversation of greatest of all time. Because while Patrick Mahomes only won 1 Super Bowl, he's done it so young and the talent is so obvious, he very well could be in the conversation as the greatest of all time. However, losing to Tom Brady at the age of 43, I am not sure if Patrick Mahomes can come back into the conversation as the greatest of all time. Now, Patrick Mahomes goes on to win 10 Super Bowls. Okay, of course, then let's talk about it. But it's really hard because this was his chance to kind of start that conversation. And I think it only solidified Brady as the greatest of all time. Does Patrick have a chance to come back and be in this conversation after this loss?
I really don't think so, and let me tell you why. It's not just Tom Brady that he has to surpass. I believe there's so many. There's Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, there John Elway, Joe Montana, Dan Marino. Like these are all these legends that he still has to surpass. Yes, he's won a Super Bowl at such a young age. Yes, he's changing the NFL and how the game is being played and how quarterbacks are being viewed. I think he has changed that. I think he changed the narrative. He's changed the context of what a quarterback is. But I don't think that he would be in the conversation of greatest all times. I think he will be in the conversation of he is a pioneer of a new football talent. He's a pioneer of what we need to be looking at for a quarterback. But I don't, even if he were to win another Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years and he only wins 2 in his whole career, I don't think he's the greatest of all time.
Well, I mean, come on, of course. What are we even talking about then? That's not the conversation.
I think there's no way that anyone else can surpass Tom Brady. I mean, it would be absolutely amazing. It would be absolutely amazing, but you have to think about how long Tom Brady's been playing, how many Super Bowls he's been to,
of course,
the team that he has around him at all times,
all the factors that can come into play throughout the next years of different players who rise up and compete with Patrick Mahomes. I get that. I think there's still a chance because he's just so talented. I'm not ruling him out of the GOAT conversation just yet as far as his potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Right.
But he's the youngest player to start in 2 Super Bowls. There's obviously an opportunity for him to continue to make it to the Super Bowl. So it is possible. But I think this really hurts his outlook on his opportunity to surpass Brady at the end of his career. This is really going to hurt it because let's say Brady does win just 7. Let's say this was his last Super Bowl win, right? And let's say Patrick Mahomes goes on to win 7 Super Bowls, just for example. The conversation might always be, but Brady beat Patrick Mahomes at 43 years old. That might be the one thing that separates them. You know?
I think that until Patrick Mahomes gets to, if he ever gets to 6 and he's going for his 7th Super Bowl ring, that's the only time we can have the conversation. Right now, he's out of the conversation. There's no one near the conversation of being the GOAT in the NFL in their position with Super Bowl rings. I don't see it. I don't think that it's going to be broken for decades to come. It might even not even be broken in our lifetime. But you just never know. But I personally don't think that's a hard accomplishment. That's probably the hardest and biggest accomplishment that anyone can make. And to have somebody else do that, it is so hard.
Yeah, of course. It's just hypotheticals at this point, though.
Yeah.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, Badaki, how likely are the Bucs to be playing in Super Bowl 56?
I think if everyone comes back, defense and offense, it's likely. And when I say everyone, On a scale of 1 to 10, and let me tell you 1 to 10, I think it's a 10. I'm saying offense, Leonard Fournette, Mike
Whoa,
Williams.
whoa. What?
Yeah.
10 is absolutely no uncertainty. The Bucs will be back in the Super Bowl. 10 is 0% chance they don't make the Super Bowl next year.
Okay, well, if I want leeway, then 9 out of 10. Give it some grace. Okay. I think that everyone, everyone comes back, they will go back and compete. They're gonna win the South. Well, who else they competing with if Drew Brees retires? Matt Ryan, he's getting there. They're trying to find weapons for him. You know, the Panthers, they don't have a quarterback. And who else? I don't remember.
I mean, I think you got to look at the whole NFC.
That is
as a whole. Like, I think the pathway to making a Super Bowl is so difficult. To say that 9, that's just too much for me. I feel like
I'm not gonna like. I don't know, bro. Like, it is. It sounds like a lot, but they just won the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady has repeated before. You have to go with the history of this team. You have to go with the history of the quarterback itself. It's crazy that this man was like, you know what? I'm done in New England. I want to go play in Tampa. Cool. They signed the world for the man. Literally the world. And he won a Super Bowl. In the most unprecedented year ever, with the pandemic, with COVID, like with everything, and he's
I think
done
they
all
have
obstacles.
they have the greatest chance to be there from the NFC, but to say 90% essentially percent chance they make it is crazy. I mean, I'm giving them a 60% chance because I feel like there's so many other teams that could still make the Super Bowl in the NFC. How about the Chiefs? Okay, there's a lot of great teams rising up in the AFC. What's their scale 1 to 10? I would like to start off by saying I think it's a 7. I think they have a 70% chance essentially to get back to the Super Bowl. They've got all the talent locked up. They do need to re-sign some free agents, and I think they could add maybe free agents who maybe veterans might take a pay cut to come play with Patrick Mahomes. There's talks about Sammy Watkins maybe reaching a deal with them. I give them a 70% chance to repeat in the Super Bowl next year. I just think they have all the pieces they need to be as good as they were this year and make it to the Super Bowl.
And I would say 60. I would be like 55 if there was 5.5. Like that's what I really get. I'm really going to get. I think that this game is a foundation for all teams around the NFL that's going to be playing Patrick Mahomes. And don't get me wrong, I know Andy Reid is going to think of something amazing if, other teams start to figure out how Patrick Mahomes can get it done, and the teams that do have talent. But you're right, like there is a lot of talent in the AFC. There's so many people, Lamar, the Titans, the Bills. Like there's so many people
for sure
that can compete with Patrick Mahomes and can knock him out rather than Tom Brady. Tom Brady is still in the NFC, by the way. Division, the whole division that he has led for his entire career. Not even in the subdivision in the NFC South, but it's hard to say. I think the Chiefs, the Bucs have a greater chance of going back and competing than the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs are missing some pieces. I don't think Sammy Watkins should be there. I'm not a huge fan of Pringle. I think Clyde is great. I think they need another weapon for Patrick Mahomes to kind of, make that giant step. They need another threat because it's Tyreek, Kelsey. Don't get me wrong, Pringle and Sammy Watkins be making catches and coming in, but imagine they got Allen Robinson. Just an example. That would be crazy. Patrick Mahomes, Allen Robinson is like, bro, you got this big guy, you got Travis, you got the speedy guy in Tyreek, Clyde behind you. Like you need like that another guy there, which I think that's what they need personally. But
all right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. It's all hypotheticals at this point. I think I'm a little bit more leaning towards the Chiefs repeating into the
Is
Super
that
Bowl
biased or
than you
non-biased?
are, and I think it's just they are one of the best teams in the NFL right now, and I think I genuinely think if they were all healthy, it would have been a much closer game, and I don't know which way it would have gone if they actually had an entire healthy team. But both are great teams. I think both of these teams have the best chances to repeat from their divisions or conference, excuse me. But you got to keep in mind a lot can change in 1 year.
Right.
All right, we're gonna talk about. I'm excited for this segment. I just think it's gonna be fun. We are going to be sweet talking Carson Wentz today.
Good old
Okay.
Carson.
That's me. Call me. We can talk more about it.
All right, Carson Wentz. We're going to be calling Carson Wentz on the line. We got him live here in the studio. And we're going to be just telling him about some different teams that might be interested in him. Here's the deal. My name is Ryan Tallner, and I'm an agent. Okay? And my client is Carson Wentz, which is Badaki. That's Carson Wentz right over there. Carson, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Southern, is he from Southern accent? No, North Dakota. Good. I'm good.
I don't feel like your accent changed at all. All right, let me get on the phone with my client here. Carson?
Hello?
Hey, Carson, this is Ryan, your agent.
Oh, how you doing, brother? What's happening?
Hey, good man. How about you? How's Philadelphia treating you?
Yeah, it's hard in Philly. The Philly cheesesteaks, though, crazy.
Okay, right. So you're loving the food, maybe not loving the team. Is that
Yeah? The teams have been disarray. Doug got kicked out a couple weeks ago now, and a lot of things are happening.
All right. Well, I know we've had conversations and you feel like maybe your time is up in Philadelphia. I just got off the phone with the Chicago Bears, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it, Carson. Okay. Now, this could be good for you. This could be good for us, actually, because I want to make money from you. Look, Chicago is a sports town. Okay. People live, eat, and breathe Chicago sports. Walter Payton, Mike Ditka, Brian Urlacher, legends. Jay Cutler.
He's a good
and maybe
guy.
this is the issue. Okay, I know you think he's a good guy, Carson, but let's speak candidly. Jay Cutler wasn't that guy. He's not you. And maybe that is the issue, Carson. What has the city of Chicago needed?
Right.
Well, I think we can both agree they needed the Last Chance documentary. I feel like that really helped the city out. But more importantly, they need a quarterback who can carry them to a Super Bowl. A quarterback that we can give the keys to the city.
Wow.
I know you've said you want to be a legend. You want to go down as one of the greats. There's not an easier path than winning a Super Bowl in Chicago. If you win a Super Bowl in Chicago, this city will be yours. They will hand you the keys to the kingdom. I mean, Rex Grossman almost did it, for God's sakes. I think you're better than Rex Grossman, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's put some respect on his name, but he didn't get it done. They need a quarterback who can get it done. A city like Chicago is desperate. They are so hoping for a quarterback that can just take them to the next level. And I think, Carson, you could be that quarterback.
Okay.
Great city. You've got beautiful architecture. You've got deep dish pizza. You've got the bean. People go crazy for it for whatever reason. But let's talk logistics, all right?
Right. Okay.
Because I just want to make sure we have everything on the table for you before we make a decision.
I hear you.
Allen Robinson, probably the most sought after free agent wide receiver, is unfortunately a little bit iffy on returning. I don't know. Maybe they make this trade and he seems a little more likely to come back. But from what we've heard, he might not be on the team. So you need to keep that in mind. That's a big piece.
Right. Okay.
Okay. The other issue, The head coach, Matt Nagy, has not necessarily been known as of late as the offensive mastermind he was in his first year in Chicago.
Yeah.
And offensive coordinator Bill Lazor hasn't really done much to help him out either.
Okay.
I'm not sure this is the best coaching staff for you, Carson, but I believe if you were to be traded there, and this is a city that you like, you've got a full offseason to really mesh with this staff, to really mesh with them, get on the same page, and have the same goals.
Okay.
But now that we've had the bad news, I'll tell you quickly the good news. Okay. David Montgomery broke out last year. You've got a solid running back to hopefully help set up the play action, to open up the field for you. And Darnell Mooney, okay? He's absolutely going to be on the Bears next year. He was a fantastic rookie. 61 receptions and only 9 games started. I think he could be a really great piece for you to build chemistry with. Look, and the other thing that you know for sure is the city of Chicago is always going to have a above average defense.
Okay.
So you don't need to worry about constantly trying to get out of the pits of a lead like you were in those last couple of years in Philadelphia. I don't know. The Windy City is what they call it. Could be calling your name. How do you feel?
It's interesting. You know, it sounds appealing. You know, there's some things I like, some things I don't like. You know, I like the history there. I love, you know, deep pan pizza, deep whatever pizza you said. Yeah, I like stuff like that. But football-wise, I like a big guy. You know, I would like Allen Robinson. But if head coach I can kind of work with, whatever the case may be, I'm a talented guy. So I like to make everyone around me a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to be calling you about a couple more teams throughout the day, okay?
Okay.
But I just wanted to let you know that Chicago's an option.
Easy.
Don't know if it's our best option, but it is an option. And as far as a legacy goes, this could be the one that really builds a legacy for you if it works out right. So let's talk about some more teams later, okay?
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good.
All right, man. Take care. All right, so let's talk realistically, though. Is the Chicago Bears a good fit for Carson Wentz?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Literally, as we were doing that, if Allen Robinson's not there, I don't want to be there. I think Darnell Mooney is talented, and you have, you know, Monty in the backfield, but there's no one else there that Carson Wentz can throw to anymore. You know, like
Right.
They either need to re-sign him, they need to figure something out, or re-sign Allen Robinson specifically, or get another receiver. You know, maybe they bring in Kenny G or somebody else, or whatever the case may be. But he needs talent around him.
Yeah.
He just needs that help.
Well, that's my question then. What if the Bears told Carson for sure, we're going to re-sign Allen Robinson if we trade for you? He's already committed 100% to this team. Does that change Carson's outlook on this team?
If they re-sign Allen Robinson, then my second concern, then if that's an absolute guarantee, if I'm Carson Wentz, I'm looking at my head coach, my offensive line. What's the scheme that they're running? Can I fit with that? Is that something that I really want to go into? Unless all these other teams that's going to call me, I can kind of fit with that easy. I can kind of do with that a little bit better. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about if I'm Carson Wentz. Because, you know, you don't want to go in and obviously you're going to learn a new playbook regardless. But, you know, you want to really understand and kind of mesh in well with that offense.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's the best fit from the options, but from a legacy perspective, you know, because I think people think about that when they think about a team they could land in.
Right.
I think if he did bring a Super Bowl, even just one to Chicago, I really do think he would go down as an absolute legend in that city. He would walk around and people would just worship the guy. That's the kind of city Chicago is when it comes to sports. But we've got another call coming in right now. Hello, Ryan? Is that you?
Yeah, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. This is Carson Wentz on the phone, your client.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. I mean, I knew I was calling you, but
yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, my phone book got a little messed up, so I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. I got a new phone. Who this? This is Carson. Just wanted to let you know.
All right. Well, just to clarify, I am your agent. But look,
Okay.
I got a phone call. Won't believe who it's from. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty interested, obviously they're kind of going through some things. Their car is not looking too good over there. They're talking about trading him. But look, let me kind of give you some little insight about this city and what you can kind of do there. Sin City, the atmosphere, the people, the casinos, the nightlife, the shows. It's all there, it's all there for you. And look, I understand if you're not into that, if you probably want to settle down, if you want to have a family in a couple years, that's great because they have amazing sightseeings. The Grand Canyon, some would say one of the wonders of America, not the world, of America. It's pretty amazing, okay?
I do love America.
Yeah, America's pretty great. I mean, that's why you're here. Yeah. But look, obviously the Raiders, best fans, diehard fans. Obviously they came from Oakland. But obviously they kind of congregated and kind of moved to Vegas or whatever the case may be. But look, just imagine next year, I don't know if you know this, but the Pro Bowl is being held at the Allegiant Stadium, 2022. Just picture this. So I want you to close your eyes right now, okay? So you're playing for the Raiders. Maybe let's say you made it to the Super Bowl, maybe you made it to the playoffs. Okay, obviously the Super Bowl's the goal, but you made it to the playoffs. Didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but you made the Pro Bowl. Let me tell you something. The Pro Bowl is at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Imagine waking up the Friday or Saturday, the Pro Bowl, driving 20 minutes from your house to the Pro Bowl. It's a beautiful thought.
That would feel good.
Yeah.
That would feel good.
It would be great. But look, obviously, logistic-wise, with all the personnel and the teams and the players out there, Super Bowl winning head coach, John Gruden, probably one of the best head coaches in the history of the NFL, is a tough guy. He's a tough guy. So you got to be ready to work and go there, but he will make you better, okay? He will change you. Mike Mayock, probably one of the best GMs and the best scouters in the NFL history, okay? He can read people. He can break them down. He can bring talent into you and to the Raiders, okay? All right. Look, it's a tough division, though. Let's not forget what division they're in.
I was going to talk about that. I was going to say, what about Patty, man?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's in this division. Obviously, the rookie MVP, or not MVP, but rookie player of the year, Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay, right. I thought we were talking about Patrick. Sorry, yes, you're right.
No.
Right.
I want to fill the whole thing. But obviously, Patrick won. He lost the Super Bowl, so he's trying to go back.
I need that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the rookie player of the year and Justin Herbert, he's pretty talented. So you're going to have some competition. But, for you to get better, you got to play some of the best people, okay? So I think this is a great. But look, Darren Waller, type tight end, absolute monster behind you. And Josh Jacobs, you have the speedy Henry Ruggs. Some people like to call him Henry Huggs. I don't know if you listen to that Fantasyland podcast. That guy, Badaki, he says Henry Huggs. He likes to call him Henry Huggs, okay?
Yeah, I like that.
And you get a reunion. Yeah. You get a reunion with your boy, Nelson Aguilar.
Ooh.
I mean,
he would resign if I came over, hey. Yeah. I'd have to get him on the phone.
Yeah, look, I bet you have it. Call Nelson, kind of get a feel for it. But I'm telling you what I know. But call Nelson, see what's going to happen. And let's not forget, that defense, it struggles a little bit, but they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent there still. So they're still young. They're growing. But look, brand new stadium. Top of the line equipment. It's everything. It's everything and more.
Okay. I'm not going to lie, Ryan. When you started off with Sin City, I'm a little bit skeptical. As you know, I'm a man of faith. Right. And I just don't want to be surrounded by sin in a city. However, that being said, I do love America. And I do love the Grand Canyon. I think this could be an okay fit for me. I'm not sold on Nelson Aguilar because he dropped a lot of passes from me when he was in Philadelphia, but I like to see him do his thing with Derek Carr. I feel like I could make him better. So I'm not opposed to this. Mm-hmm. Let's see all of our options. Call me back when you got another one. But I don't hate this idea.
Yeah, good. We'll give you a call back. Sit on it. Call Nelson. Okay. See how he's feeling. Go from there. Gonna hang out.
All right, cool. All right, now on the real. Is this a good fit. I'm not sure for me if this is a good fit. I don't see the Raiders giving up much. This is a rumor we've heard, but I don't see them giving up that much to go from Derek Carr to Carson Wentz. It just doesn't seem like a massive upgrade for them.
So for me, I believe that Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Derek Carr. Yeah. I believe that, and I think that he can come in. I think if you want to, we spoke about this a little bit, it's the steps. You said it's more of a lateral step, kind of left to right. I think he's taking at least 1 to 2 steps up with Carson Wentz, in my opinion. Right. I believe he's a lot more talented. I think Carson Wentz can use his legs. He's a lot bigger. He's physical. But look, I think there's a lot more talent there. You know, Darren Waller, JJ, Henry Ruggs. I think he can do that. Nelson Aguilar, even though he's not the best receiver, but I think they do have history and they do have that connection there. So they just need to give him another receiver, because I don't think he can really do much with just Nelson
Henry Ruggs
Aguilar
has a breakout,
or whoever else is out there. But I think he needs to get another receiver.
Yeah, maybe Henry Ruggs has that breakout year.
Yeah,
but I don't hate it. I feel like from the Raiders' perspective, it doesn't make too much sense. It's not a massive upgrade in my opinion. And then from Carson's perspective, I don't know. I'm just not sure that's much of an upgrade from Philadelphia, if at all. So it's an interesting one, though. All right. We've got another incoming call.
Hello?
Hey, Carson, this is Ryan again here.
Oh, man. Third call of the day. What's happening?
I know. I'm sorry. I maybe we should have had all these calls on one call and discussed them to save time. Have you got an unlimited plan, or you got some minutes?
I got some minutes to spare, but if not,
okay.
I got some money, so I can get some more minutes. It doesn't matter.
This is important. So I got maybe the best news of the day for you, Carson. I want you to sit back, because this... All right, the crossroads of America, Carson, the home of the Indy 500, and kind of a low-key nice city. I'm talking the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Names like Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Reggie Wayne, Eric Dickerson, Marvin Harrison. Shoot, they handed Andrew Luck $25 million, even when he decided he didn't want to play with them anymore.
Yeah,
this is a place that can absolutely take care of its people. They care about people. They care about taking care of you. And I think it's potentially your best match. It might be a match made in heaven.
Okay. Interesting.
And, people are pretty good with Photoshop nowadays. But man, don't you think, Carson, you would just look so good in a Colts uniform? Don't you think you would just suit that really well?
Yeah. White's clean on me. But a nice clean white with the blue, that little horseshoe on my helmet. Ooh.
That's right. Imagine starting for the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. I mean, there's a reason they host the Combine there. It's a nice place. This is a classy environment for you to continue your amazing career in. Passionate fans, sometimes a little bit too passionate. I don't know if you remember when they booed Andrew Luck off as he retired from the NFL. That was not a great look, but you have to give it to them. They are passionate, right?
Yeah, that was hard for Luck. He texted me about that one. That was hard for him.
Yeah. But let's talk about the logistics side of this, Carson, okay? T.Y. Hilton probably gone in free agency, but that's okay. I mean, he's older than me, and I'm your agent. All right, so it might be time to get some youth in there. But the good news is there's cap space. There's $66 million or so of cap space.
Wow,
this is a good opportunity if we were to send you to Indianapolis to still build a nice little team around you. Maybe get some free agents in there that could complete this team and make it more whole. You've also got Michael Pittman Jr., a great, fantastic young rookie talent that you could exploit. Great with the one-on-one balls, big-bodied, has a great YouTube page. I don't know if are you big into YouTube?
Yeah, I like YouTube. I've seen a couple of his videos. He's actually having a baby.
Okay, well, there you go. You're a family man. You love the Lord. Maybe you could talk to him about that. All right, he's got a great offensive line as well there in Indianapolis. One of the best we've seen in the league, top 10 without a doubt. They need to re-sign their left tackle, but they could probably do that if they brought in a quarterback like your caliber.
Right.
And remember your buddy Frank Reich? You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you love him, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, he really helped me out.
Yeah, well, you would be reuniting with him. I know he was your offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. I know you talked about how you had that strong connection with him because of your faith, and it went beyond football. Not in a city like Sin City, like Las Vegas. You're actually going to be coming into a situation where you've got a head coach that believes in you. In fact, he actually said this on the Rich Eisen show. I don't know if you caught it. He said, I know and love Carson, and he's a close friend of mine. I think he's a really good player. You know, I have a lot of belief and confidence in him personally. He said that just 2 months ago about you.
Oh, wow.
And we've talked about how the Eagles don't believe in you right now, unfortunately. They showed that this year.
Yeah.
This is an organization that believes in you.
Okay.
By the way, the coaching staff, other than Frank Reich, is a pretty good one. All right? You've got an assistant coach, Press Taylor. He worked with you when you were a quarterback for Philadelphia, obviously in 2016. They've got Mike Rowe, Eagles offensive coordinator in 2018 and 19. There's people that you are familiar with when you were in those glory days. Let's relive those glory days before you tore your ACL.
Right.
And let's bring a championship to the city of Indianapolis. What do you think?
Yeah, look, it sounds amazing. You know, I mean, domed. I love the dome place. A home game's going to be nice and don't really got to worry about being cold. Philly is cold, man. It's cold out there. But
Yeah.
I like Frank. Frank is cool. It's good to reunite. It's kind of hard. He kind of knows what type of offense I run and, you know, what type of offense he runs. I like it. We need some help, though. You know, obviously, if T.Y. is not coming back, we need a receiver and J.J. Tremendous talent. And Jonathan Taylor. JT. John. Wow. Really great.
Yeah. There's some great opportunities for you to succeed here in Indianapolis. I'm going to make another call here in a second because we're just about to get on the phone with another team.
Okay.
But let's talk about it, okay?
Yeah, let's talk.
All right. Now, how realistic are the Indianapolis Colts? I would like to say I feel like it is the best fit for Carson Wentz. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. Like I was saying, or like Carson was saying, sorry. He needs some more talent. He doesn't really have another receiver. Maybe if Carson and Zach Ertz can come together to the Colts, that would be really interesting. I think that would be an amazing fit. And then he can kind of make Michael Pittman Jr. and maybe Zach Pascal can kind of emerge from the ashes kind of there. He kind of played a little bit this year. But I'm interested to see if this is a case. I think this would be great for the Colts.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that worries me is Philadelphia is asking for way too much for Carson Wentz right now. They're wanting a Matthew Stafford type package, and I'm not sure they're going to get it. But all right, we've got one last call of the day. Okay. Hey, Ryan. Hey, man, I've just got some stuff I need to do. I hope this is the last call.
Yeah, look, I promise this is the last call of the day. We called you 4 times. Obviously, out of all these teams, I'm calling you on behalf of the Denver Broncos. I just kind of want you to remember of what we told you about the Bears, the Raiders, the Colts. But look, the last team for you today. This is the last call for the day. I'll leave you alone. Spend time with your wife and kids or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Denver Broncos. Really interested in you. Okay, but we do know they have an amazing legacy there. Mile High City, John Elway, Peyton Manning, John Lynch. These guys are, come on, Super Bowl winning guys. Peyton Manning, he won the Super Bowl. I don't know if you know, John Lynch and Peyton Manning are both got inducted to the Hall of Fame right before the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's pretty great.
That. I watch TV.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. Maybe I know you athletes don't like to.
You know I'm busy.
Don't like to indulge on social media and the internet. But look, one of the great places. You like skiing, Carson? You like to ski?
I like to ski. I'm a snowboarder myself, but my wife likes to ski.
Oh, you see, look, I mean, they have some of the best slopes out in Denver, bro. You can go up there, you're chilling in the snow all the time. Probably get a nice mountain somewhere. I don't know.
You know what I want, Ryan, is I want to be in a hot tub. If Denver happens, I'd like to be in a hot tub on a snowy mountain.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
house.
pretty sure maybe you can rent out a house up there, or, you know, surely there's an Airbnb or something you can just pay out, whatever case may be.
Yeah.
We for sure got a hot tub up there for you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but look, once again, Denver's a beautiful city. But what really matters in this argument, or not argument, but this decision for you is the logistics, okay? You have a great coach in Vic Van Gogh, okay? Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but I think he's a great coach. He's emerging there. Once again, it is a tough division still, in the same division with Patrick Mahomes and, you know, Derek Carr, if you decide not to go, and Justin Herbert. It's all pretty tough, okay? But once again, for you to be the best, you got to play the best, okay?
Yeah.
But talent-wise, Jerry Jeudy, some will say one of the best route runners in the NFL. We saw what he did.
I agree.
Wow, this kid is tremendous. He just needs a quarterback to throw to him. That could be you, Carson.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it could be you. Cortland Sutherland, obviously he was hurt, tore his ACL. But man, the guy's big. He's huge. We saw the talent that the numbers he put up the year before. Absolutely amazing talent.
He had a great year.
Yeah. And then also Melvin Gordon. Obviously, there was a lot of talks about him. Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay, all these young guys out there. But Melvin Gordon, I think he still has 1 or 2 more years in his contract. You can kind of come in with him. He's a great pass catching back there. So make sure you can kind of incorporate that, with your decision. But it's not much here for the Denver Broncos. It's just really the legacy. Think about it.
Yeah.
You're going to come into the office, you're gonna have John Elway. I heard Peyton Manning has a house in Denver. He usually likes to spend most of his time in Denver, right? Maybe he can come in. Maybe you can sit down with him, have a coffee. Maybe play some golf. He loves to play golf.
Yeah,
they can really mentor you there, man.
Okay, I don't know about the altitude because I don't know if the altitude's gonna work for me. I'll have to visit and see how I feel. But I'm open to it. Yeah. Ryan, I'm open to it, but you're right. I don't feel like we'd be in a place where we'd be a Super Bowl team. If I moved, I'm not sure
you're
the
right,
pieces
and
are
you're
there.
probably right, Carson. I think you got to give your team time to develop. Once again, you have tremendous talent. Noah Fant also there, Cortland Sutton, Melvin Gordon, Jerry Jeudy. There's a lot of great pieces already there. Unlike the Colts, maybe unlike the Raiders. The Raiders are kind of, the Bears. This is if there was talent already in place. This is probably the best team with talent around. Okay? Already in place. You probably have to work on your defense. The defense is decent. Bradley Chubb, Justin Simmons, if they all stay, Von Miller, all these guys, if they all stay, the defense is pretty decent. But look,
all right,
take that into consideration.
I'll think about it. All right, now for real, is the Broncos even a good destination for Carson Wentz?
Look, I believe so. And like I said, or like Carson or Ryan was saying, all those pieces are already there. Let's be honest. Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy on the other side, Melvin Gordon behind him. Obviously, there's probably little nicks and knacks that they need to kind of put into place or kind of fix. Maybe the offensive line and the defense of the ball can kind of get a little bit better. But he doesn't have to worry about that. He can come in, integrate with his offense, with his team, and kind of take over. And I think John Elway will be a great mentor. I think John Elway brought in Drew Luck just so he can mentor him. But obviously Drew Luck is not taking that. Maybe he's a little bit different of a quarterback than him. And I think that is a plus as well. You're going to come in and be mentored by an amazing quarterback. And obviously I'm not saying Peyton Manning is going to be mentoring him, but I know John Elway will for sure be there by his side a lot of the times and talk to him. He's going to be in meetings. He's going to teach him. He's going to sit down, watch tape with him. But I think this is a good fit for him personally. Probably not the best out of the four, but I think it's up there.
Okay. Do you remember when Von Miller had an interview before the 2019 season, and he said, "I think Joe Flacco is the guy for us. He can lead us to a Super Bowl." Mm-hmm. I think that maybe this team was a little bit too ambitious and didn't look at other parts of their team that they needed to improve.
Exactly.
And that's what worries me.
Right.
Is I'm not sure that he comes in and they have a chance at a Super Bowl with him. But quickly, really quickly, because we're about to end the show, out of these 4, who's your favorite fit?
Top 2, Colts and Denver.
Okay. For me, I think Colts is the ideal fit just because that relationship is such a big part of his life with Frank Reich. And I think that defense is the best defense out of any of these teams. So he would be able to kind of be himself, not have so much pressure on him to ball out every single game.
Right.
I would love to see Carson Wentz land in a great spot, whatever it is, and just have a chance to show he can be that guy again. Just have a chance, right? I would love to see that for him. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. Sweet talking Carson Wentz. We might do it for more free agents. Who knows? But or people who might be traded. But thanks for joining the show today. Hopefully you have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day you're listening to. Anything you want to say to close the show, Badaki?
Patreon.com/Fantasyland fam. Great way to support the show if you like what we're doing here. If you like all our content on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Support the show. Grab it. Get ready. Let's gear up for year 2. Year 2 is here officially. Obviously, Super Bowl ended, but now it's technically here. The new season starts March. Technically, the turn of the season is like March something.
March 17th, I think.
Look into it.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you on the next podcast where we are talking about free agent frenzy.
Oh.
Yes. Don't miss it. It's going to be a fun one. See you there.
See you there.
Hey, yeah, you, the one listening to this podcast, you made a good decision today. Keep making those good decisions. You know what? Go ahead and do a little dance right now, like no one's watching. 'Cause you deserve it.